Hey, it's Andrew and Shane here, and today we're asking, do I have the right expectations in my life?
I think about this all the time now because I ask myself, do I have the right expectations? I talk to a lot of people in my family, a lot of my friends, and the biggest one now everyone's talking about is the corporate ladder. And it's like, how do you climb the corporate ladder? Well, why is that the expectation? So my biggest thing is, if I always think that I gotta expect to climb this ladder and then I don't make it, or you don't get as high as you thought you could climb, and all this stuff that it's kind of out of your control anyways, then you feel like you're failing and you're not doing it right or whatever. And I think it's just about realigning your expectations and doing it a little differently. And maybe it's just about realizing that you can help anyone at your company and working outside your job title. Like get what's done in front of you, your task at hand, but then walk around and help other people. Ask questions. Move around your office and build relationships with people. It's so much bigger than we all think to just walk by and say hi to someone above you every day. Someone that can help you get to the next step. Walk by and say, how are you? Simple things, right? Simple things that have helped me. I mean, now I'm pumped, I senior VP, we're pumping fists. I'm meeting our CEO. We're planning the new market strategy. Like I'm no better than anybody else. And we can all learn from each other. And that's all it is. It's like, don't think about it as a ladder. Think about it as I have a job, but I can help anywhere. The ladder will come out. Then that's how the ladder climbs itself, right? Is that what what happens in your job?
You're exactly right. I think it's a matter, too, of thinking about what are your expectations and what's your perspective on those expectations. So, for example, recently, one of the challenges that our organization had was to learn to market better to the life cycle of our customers. So I spent a lot of time reading about it and doing a lot of research on it and found a way that I could help my director in structuring his plan to better market to the life cycle of our customers. And so I presented my plan to him. He loved it. We actually ended up presenting it to our CEO and VP. And it was just this small idea that pretty soon I'm in front of the CEO, with this small idea that's turning out into a whole company-wide initiative. Just because I sort of, instead of being frustrated about the fact that this thing wasn't changing, I changed my perspective and said, what can I do in a small way to help someone else who's above me?
And
so how about you, Shane?
That's what I say all the time, right? Is that age is silenced by one's passion, ambition, and our ability to learn from those who are willing to teach. The biggest thing I can say right now is everything in life is new. This whole technology world is new. Like what I can learn from my CEO, but what he can learn from me about how to type CSS a little differently, or how to do email marketing, or how to go to market in this new thing, right? I mean, all this stuff we can all learn from each other. And I think, almost the hierarchies of scale at corporations, that's why it doesn't really work as well. People feel smothered and their ideas get muted, right? And that little piece of it, when it's just like, don't have the expectations and just be willing to help. Go around, talk, hear what people are saying. If you have an answer, be vocal. You have to let them know that you know.
Exactly, and wallowing in your own frustration about how things are not changing doesn't do you any good. It's about finding a way to say, this is what other people are frustrated about too. How can I help them? Yeah. So it applies really well to jobs, but what about relationships in life?
Well, so relationships, you see it all the time, right? I know so many people who go, I got to get married, I got to have kids, and I have a date, and they like set their date, right? I mean, how many people do I meet that 5 years ago said by 25 I'm gonna have kids and be married? And why? Is that because someone painted the expectation that has to happen? And I'm not really sure. And then when it doesn't, then you're pissed off, right? Then you're like, I failed. I didn't get married by 25. And no, like you didn't meet the right person in your life to be with by 25. Like that has nothing to do with it. And it's like, but people, if you set those expectations, you're like setting yourself up to feel like you're failing when you're really not failing at all. It's just looking at things a little bit differently. I mean, I don't know about you, but I have a lot of people in my life that I talk to a lot, family members as well. I'm like, guys, you got to see it just a little differently. Just change your perspective a little. Is that how you see?
Absolutely. I mean, I happen to have the advantage of being married, but
our difference.
Yeah. Well, the thing is too, even when you're in a committed relationship, you have to look at what your expectations are for being together and working your relationship with one another, and it's a continual challenge to change your perspective and see how you're working together in that relationship in your life.
For sure. All right, I think we're done with the rant here, but I think the biggest thing is work outside your job title. Don't expect to go up when you're doing your task at hand. Walk around and help everyone, and then you'll get noticed, and then you'll move up in your company. And then with relationships in life, just look at it a little differently sometimes, so you don't feel like you're failing, and you don't feel like your expectations aren't happening. Just change your expectations. It's that easy.
That's right. So, if you, we'd love for you to sign up for our monthly email with tips, tools, and links to all these episodes. Also, the Ask Summit is coming, and as soon as we get the details of where and when, we'll shoot you an update with that as well.
Cool. Please sign up. We'd love to stay in touch, and if we can help you in any way, ask us any questions, follow us on Twitter. And hey, I'm Shane Mack, just a guy trying to help out. Thank you.
And I'm Andrew Swenson. See you later.